Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today, we continue blazing a trail towards Dargonis, our sights set on capital gains. Though, of course, we've still got a fair bit of space between here and there, so let's continue on. Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora has been seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is, you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartment. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan, or pacify the entire Void Ship crew. The decision is yours. I mean, we literally just told Cassie that we generally try to act with restraint. So, you know, for better or worse, track down the ringleaders and see that they're suitably punished, but try to avoid excessive casualties. I'd like the clans to learn a lesson from all this, and that's hard to do if they're dead. Lord Captain, as Seneschal Versurian would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire Void Ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later. But right now, the unrest must be stopped, and the people returned to their direct duties, or replaced. I mean, I get that, I do. It is kind of a matter of the greater good. We are on a ship where everyone's reliant on everyone else to do their job for survival. But I do feel it's important to stick to our guns here. I believe I've already made my orders clear, Boxmaster. If we don't track this thing down to its source, we run the risk of it happening again, even if we do replace the entire crew. Let's at least try it my way and see how things work out. We can always resort to more stringent measures if need be. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. You weirdo. What was that? Nothing, Lord Captain. It will be done. Yeah, that's what I thought. Might actually regret that decision, but, you know, gotta commit to the bit. And looks like it does indeed loop around, so that's good, though now I'm starting to worry we might not have a branching path back out towards Mundus Valancius. If that's the case, we might have to reconsider our route. Oh, okay, so relatively tame, just 3 planets. We'll get those scanned, then we'll hit the crossroads. And point of interest. With no name. Plus 7 plasteel. Yeah, I'd say that's worth an extractium. Alright, let's see what we got. The augurs have detected the remnants of an ancient mining ship that crashed on the planet. It looks like it was carrying equipment and settlers to a new mining site. Searching the ship might prove useful, but it carries certain risks. I mean, that's just life in the void. Everything out here carries risks. But I do like those odds. The search team was able to retrieve the last surviving extractium from under the debris. They suffered no losses and returned to the ship, triumphant. Fantastic. A single extractium, essentially just offsetting the one we literally just deployed, which also just doubled our plasteel stores. Not too shabby. Jungle World, clear. Nice place to visit, but wouldn't want to live there. Oh ho! Inquisition Shipwreck. Plus 3 plasteel, definitely not worth an extractium. I don't know if I remember this one. Granted, it has been like a year since we played Alpha, but... Huh. You know what? We're not far from affording that, that las rifle upgrade I wanted for Valen. Let's hit the pause button real quick. I'm going to shuffle some stuff around, see if I can snag that before we get ourselves back out in the field. And we're back. And yes, we had just enough cargo to bump ourselves up to rank 17 with the Explorators. Which means we now have my primary target, the Deadly Repeater. Which is a fairly substantial bump up from our standard long las. If I'm reading this thing right, we're looking at a roughly 50% increase on damage potential. Plus a roughly 1 in 3 chance of getting an extra attack action every time we land a kill. That aside, I'm honestly just jazzed to have Valen finally rocking a weapon worthy of a rogue trader. And then aside from that, we also picked up a stim injector, which we probably won't use, and 5 stun grenades. That's it. Let's go put this stuff to good use. Inquisition Shipwreck. Oh yeah, that doesn't look familiar at all. I wonder if this is something that was back in beta, but got retooled. There was one ice planet encounter where you investigated several crashed ships, and it turned out it was like a Dark Eldar, an automated Dark Eldar trap. I mean, I guess there's no real reason to stand here speculating. We can just head inside and find out. I mean, hey, a crashed Inquisition ship. What's the worst that could happen? Right? I did briefly consider bringing Heinrichs for this, but I mean, would Valen even trust him to be telling the truth about whatever we discover?
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Assorted cargo. Certainly welcome, especially after we just burned what we had left in our stores. These soldiers were killed by shots in the back. It seems they were executed by their own comrade, who then used his last charge to shuffle himself off this mortal coil.
Is there money to be made?
Okay, no, this seems different. This isn't what I was thinking it might be. Sentry's Keycard. Keycards like this are issued to soldiers who are posted in compartments with heightened security. Oh, okay. I think I see where this is going.
Keep your wits about you.
So we're apt to find some sort of sealed chamber or room containing something we might be able to exploit, but which might also be dangerous to unleash. I'd also wager the next few rooms will be drip-feeding us clues as to what that thing might be.
My warp sight reveals something.
Juliet? Why would that sentry kill people trying to escape the wreckage? And then himself? There is a gaping hole in each corpse's head. They were brought out one at a time and shot from behind at point-blank range. In their heads, you say? Methinks the holes might be slightly larger than the actual heads. Interesting outfits. Prisoners, perhaps? Mutants and psychers? Too dangerous to unleash? The readings indicate that the ship's reactor is still running, though perhaps not for long. This explains why the ship's interior is warm. I mean, yeah, I guess relatively speaking, sure. Oh, wait. Ooh, okay, we've got alien flora? Okay, I've got some growing concerns. Do you hear that? Screaming? Passengers will keep their mouths shut. There is no screaming. No, I hear it too. Oh, Emperor. His screams are so loud. Me too. It's so loud. Please stop this torment. Why are you torturing us? Something's not right. Wardens, combat positions. Tell the bridge we have suspicious activity here. Get back, damn mutants. This isn't right. You can't treat us like this. What are you going to do to us? We want to live. Embrace the gift of decay. Ah, okay. Well, Nurgle then, is it? Yeah, I guess that would explain a few things. And immediate signs of warp activity. Yep, that tracks. The eyes crudely daubed on the wall seem to track you as you move.
I always keep my options open.
Right, so definitely not the Drukhari ambush event. This is something new. Also gross, but, you know, that's Nurgle for you. A squalid berth, heavily soiled with blood and vomit. It is also equipped with straps that were used to bind its inhabitant to the bed whenever necessary. A rotten brick of corpse starch, a passenger's rations. Judging by the lingering smell, it was dosed with a sedative.
Always keep your eye on the price.
An asthmatic rasping can still be heard from a broken box. A screeching, cacophonous melody that sets your nerves on edge and scatters your thoughts. Ooh, that's interesting. Signs of a corrupted vox cast, perhaps? These people were not killed by weapons fire. Perhaps there was no ammunition left for them. They were brutally butchered with knives and beaten with gun stocks. I suppose the question being, did that happen before or after the outbreak? Also, what in the world am I looking at here? Small fish, eyeless and slimy, dart and wriggle about in the rank water.
Let us not dawdle.
Uh-huh. So what, Nurgle created his own eco-structure? Embrace the gift of decay. Hard pass, thanks. Already decayed enough. Don't really need to accelerate it. Through the cocoon's translucent film, you can see the vague outlines of a decaying body. The ribcage has been broken open, and a heart still beats inside it. Ah, so less flora and more reconfigured fauna. Perhaps fledgling plague bearers? Oh, geez. 27% chance, huh? We'll give it one shot. Oh, and straight to the trauma, huh? Okay, well, we're already in it, so might as well keep going. I was hoping they'd start us with a flesh wound so we could just heal that and then move on, but if they're jumping right to traumas, there's no reason for us not to just keep plugging at it. We'll have to go back to the ship regardless. We are still getting checks though, right? Yes. So the only real cost here is Melta charges. Hey, there we go. Move thine mangled body, Earliet. I would collect my prize. From time to time, tiny sparks of psychic energy burst out of the cocoon.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Right, so we basically traded 3 Melta charges for some assorted medical supplies and cargo. Plus a potential clue. The flasks of substances are not labeled, but you recognize a few of them as combat stimulants. One sec, just need to go get Earliet stapled back together real quick. After being shot, these poor wretches had their skulls caved in around the temple, as if to make doubly sure. I just wanted to live. Why? Why?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Warden Kappa 322, reporting for patrol duty at the main confinement cell. Atmospheric sensors indicate the presence of unknown impurities. High risk of contamination. What? But, oh, saints of the Emperor! What's happening to me? Danger. Detecting extreme contamination levels. Initiating global alert protocol. Decay. Decay. Oh my. But if they can just spontaneously manifest like that, then why would they need the cocoons? Unless those aren't gestating plague bearers? Tangible psychic radiation is coming from the gurgling sludge. Perhaps it is the source of the vision that seized you. This tree is sprouted right out of a person. His broken bones have formed the collars of branches. His cracked skull is merged with the trunk. And dried gore now coats the skin-like bark in a thin layer. Narrator, I feel like you and I have very different definitions of what does and doesn't constitute a tree. Grant us eternal life, Nurgle, father of decay, for we do not want to die. Oh, okay. Okay. No one will hurt us here. And no one will hurt you either, now. Right, I get it. This is definitely your classic monkey's paw sort of situation.
None are better at searching.
So the cocoons with the original bodies are really more of like a seed for the rest of this mess.
I have learned much in my exile.
The Psychers prayed to Nurgle for safety, and he granted it. They are safe in their grotesque new forms. The crates contain fragments of plate armor, rusted and covered in fungus. The las guns, flamers, and shock weapons in the containers are covered in a layer of whitish maggots. and partly eaten away by acid corrosion. Ah, precious context. What have you got for us? Voidsman's Diary. After the last shift consolidation, they transferred me to the Pariah Barracks, and everything they say about these freaks is true. I don't know if they're raised this way or if they really don't have a soul, but just being near them makes me feel sick to my stomach. Cold, unfeeling, empty creatures pretending to be human. They beat and execute the passengers like it's nothing. A normal person is disgusted at the thought of smashing a person's skull. Well, either that or they like it. But not them. They don't care one bit. It was up to me, I'd toss them in the hold with the rest of the mutants, but the psyker tricks don't work on them at all. Very handy when you're traveling on a ship stuffed full of enraged psykers. I had to move one of the psykers from the communal hold to separate quarters. That traitorous piece of shit was encouraging the others to revolt, and our esteemed ship's confessor ordered us to give him a good hiding. We beat him for 2 hours or so, and by the end, my damn cough got so bad, it was unbearable. I'm worried I'll be called in to see the surgeon. If Command finds out about the crap in my lungs, they'll toss me straight out of the airlock. My only hope is my new augmetic, though the guy who fitted it on Flassia Primo was strange. He gave me the creeps, and so did all his machinery. No doubt it was all illegal under Imperium law, but I didn't have a choice. A wretched bilge rat of a voidsman would never rise high enough to have his aches and pains treated by someone from the Adeptus Mechanicus. I'm just going to have to hope that this thing clears up on its own. And just like that, the pieces do start coming together. So this voidsman must be the warden we just saw transform into a plague bearer in that vision. He didn't spontaneously transform. He was already infected, seeded, it would seem, by a cultist on Flassia Prima. And then he carried that onto the ship, no doubt with this sort of result in mind. It does make a twisted sort of sense, you know. Essentially priming this guy as a plague bomb, knowing that he's going back to what is essentially a psychic powder keg full of desperate psykers. Oh, locked. Must be something good in there if they're not giving us any other ways to open it. Oh, I bet we'll find the keycard on Patient Zero. That warden turned plague bearer that started this whole mess. Also, really, guys? Alright, sure. Yeah, let's do this. Sir, we've lost contact with hold sections 238 and 239. The riot is spreading. Emperor, have mercy on us. I won't let these blasphemous mutants take control of my ship. Broadcast this over all Vox channels. In the name of Inquisitor Uton Hall, all crew members are hereby ordered to take up arms and begin a total purge of the holds. Every psyker on board must be destroyed. Cleanse every inch of this ship with fire. The Emperor protects.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
Oof, yeah, and look at this mess. Not exactly shocking, but... oh, wow. Okay, well that is a bit more problematic. Actually, on second glance, most of them are pretty frail. Yeah. They went all in on shock value, but now that I'm really looking at it, the bulk of these guys are just cannon fodder. It's really just the guards and the turrets I think we have to worry about. Let's get Abby set up. He's got quite a tide to stem here. Then we'll get Pask on rear. Alright, Abby. Really counting on you here, bud. Stand strong. Actually, can we... What's the range on Banish? $10. How close do we have to get? Okay, so like 2 spaces up. Just need to make sure we have enough movement left to bounce back after. We need Pask on rear. No, that's no good. Over here. That'll work.
Advancing.
Turret debuffed. Might as well pass stack while we're here. Oh, that is lovely. 15 stacks, fantastic. And not quite enough MP to get him where he needs to be, but we can get pretty close. Yeah, that'll have to do. Oh, though I suppose we could. Kill zone set on front. Dodge zone at mid. And sniper/blitz zone set up in rear. So now, as a 0-point action, all of our party members should be able to withdraw to the blitz zone as needed without provoking. Let's do some crowd control. The faster we clear our rear, the faster we can focus front. Pull. Embrace eternity.
I am a navigator, not a servant.
Right. Totally missed that guy just off to our left. No harm done. Let's move our dodge zone. Peel went off.
Out of my way!
And prop up Abby. Yeah, kind of botched her setup here, but let's hope for the best. Adira, we need you in back. Thankfully, despite the obvious Daemon activity here, Vale's actually pretty stable. So no need to hold back. And surge to the rear. Nice. Oh, God. Dang it, Adira. Okay, Cassie's down. You're only at 2. So they both miss their next turns.
Death to the weak!
Man, I was really looking forward to using her new in-cap trap, too. But, you know, could have been worse, so no need to fret just yet. Ow.
Chaos of the ruinous powers! Your end is near!
Okay, so now I might be fretting ever so slightly. Val, you want to maybe help us out here? Would go for a blitz, but it's actually better if we shotgun it. Though in theory, we should be able to blitz after, right? This actually does make for a good test case.
It's as good as done.
So double barrel through, then blitz? Cones aren't working properly, but that's fine. We'll take it. Still bought us some breathing room. And blitz.
I'll see to it personally.
So yeah, that does work. I could see some definite possibilities there. I'll have to keep that in mind in the future. Again, could have used it cleaner, but it's good to know how it functions. I do think, though, that we're not going to bother with any more stratagems. At this point, all of Pascal's talents will probably go towards actual tech priest stuff. Here they come.
Down to my way, leave us! Ha! Powers.
And so far, so good.
Powers.
Coming at us in clusters, that's interesting.
Down to my way, leave us.
I've suffered worse.
And just keep on keeping on. That's actually working great. Though we do still have those turrets up next. That's really going to be our make or break.
It will be done.
Lovely. Can we push up? No. Fair enough. Hold. And, you know, try not to die.
Victory is imminent. Brace yourself, Abelard.
Okay. Lightning on Pask. Looks like he got some bleed through, but otherwise not bad at all. Abby is completely unscathed, and that thing actually cleared a few of them out for us. Let's set a new kill zone, then we'll peel back. Keep Cassia covered. Actually, you know what? Let's stay on the offensive here. Fire off another banish. Adira and Val should be able to get Cassie clear.
Running binaric override.
That's fine, bud. And Adira, if you wouldn't mind. Fortunately, Cass does have regen, so that puts her health back within range of an instant full heal, which clears the fresh injury.
Anything is?
Yes, yes, I would like you to kill.
Will do.
Nice, okay. Not quite as potent as I would have liked, but we will absolutely take it. Your Liette can probably clear the stragglers. Though first, mind the gap. And mind the friendlies. Damage is meager, only 14, but we do not want to immobilize our own. Yes, and we can still move. Fantastic. So let's clear the rear.
This tedium is beneath me.
That's one. Oh, that one's easy. We'll split focus. And we're good on rear. Ooh, yes, please. Minor damage, but significant debuff. I imagine Pask will be doing the heavy lifting there. And Val. Just start trimming, bud. I mean, I feel like we pretty much won at this point, but let's not get cocky. All it takes is one untimely crit to ruin our day.
Who, if not me? On it. I'll see to it personally.
Oh, forgot to switch Abby back to the sword. Hey, nice. Which does very much confirm that Pask does not discriminate with those attacks of opportunity. And there's the mine. Lovely.
Death to the weak.
Alright, Abby. Clear a path.
At your beck and call. Take care of this one. Indeed.
Thanks. Ooh, actually, thanks withdrawn. Wow, they really hammered Val in there. Though they did also get us a level up, so I guess thanks for that. Yeah, let's wrap this up. Those things clearly do still pose a threat. Just got to make sure we get that injury patched before it sets. Pask on point. Focus down the turrets. We'll have Cass give him an extra go as well. Double up on Banish. Nice. Solid hit that time.
My vow is to serve.
And Cass. Push and pull.
Can I serve the greatest powers?
And now for the Banishing Act.
Function successfully terminated.
So yeah, I'd say we're pretty good at this point.
Request approved.
If I may.
High momentum.
And momentum. Alright, Adira, time for your heroic arc.
If only you knew what awaits you.
All clear. And I've got to say, I do love that these guys keep awkwardly rolling off the map every time we kill them. Oh. Warp event. Which is fine. I think we're pretty much done with Adira. Let's burn this thing down.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. If I must.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. On it. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
Ah, come on, man. You had that. But you know what? That's fine. I think Abby's earned a win. Dude was definitely MVP this time out. And fight cleared. Fall back. No drops. Hopefully the eternally rolling corpses didn't take our loot with them. Probably safer to assume they just didn't have anything worth taking. And my goodness, this place is way more involved than I thought it would be. I think we are going to have to call it here. But I'll tell you what. I've got a pretty good idea of what we're going for level-wise, so let me just tap that quick save button real quick. And we'll run through our level ups. And we've got talents. So for Val, that makes this easy. We are going right for Deadly Calculations. That adds direct damage to every one of our attacks, lays groundwork for a number of other talents which we'll be stacking on top. After that, we've got Yerliette. And, ooh, she gets a skill up. Nice. Which obviously will be going towards demo. But talent first, and... I mean, I'll tell you, I am somewhat tempted to just go for advanced demolitions. But we get a common talent slot next level, so no reason to rush it. You know what? I think it was this one, Pounce. That one plays nicely with the whole immobilizing theme. Though I may go back and change that later. After that, we've got Abby. Oh, shoot, he gets 2 talents. Okay, well, main talent slot is definitely going for counterattack stance for obvious reasons. We had a pretty clear-cut demonstration of exactly why just a few moments ago. But then for his common talent, man, I'm not actually sure about that one. Could start bumping athletics, could go for a minor combat boost. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and grab characteristic training. We'll round out his strength, get that back up to 60. That'll be a net gain of +1 bonus damage and +5 on athletics. Next up, we've got Adira, our dedicated psyker. She also gets a skill, so we'll immediately bump up her warp lore. And then for her ability, I think it's finally time for us to pick up Subtle Manipulation. That allows her to use her various psychic powers without provoking, which, as we saw during that Bloodletter fight, is very vital. Then we've got Cassie, who will bump her Persuasion. And then we will take... Again, reacting to what just happened, let's grab Mind over Matter. That swaps her willpower in place of toughness for all of her derived stats. Pretty much immediately turns her into a tank. Oh yeah, look at those wounds. That puts her on par with Abby. And Pascal. First, let's go ahead and bump up that tech use. And then for talent, we'll just start focusing on tech priest stuff. Still not sure we're going to go plasma or melt-a-gun, but there's plenty of other talents to consider. But let's start with Medicae Mechadendrite. Though I do think we'll pick up Grenadier for him as well. He gets a common talent slot next level. Giving him 1 free grenade per fight would also add to his utility. And that's it. Level up complete. A bit more off the cuff than usual, but I feel pretty good about all those choices. Though, as always, feel free to let me know what you guys think. And that said, with the hallway cleared and a story starting to gel, I'm afraid this is where we'll have to call it. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, shuffle some things around, restock our med kits, and we'll pick up here next time as we delve ever deeper into the depths of this sick plot. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, ErV23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.